Fudlickity, my name is Mighty Wereball. Welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and it's trial time. We have two dead bodies, one who died of her own fault, I guess, and another one who's been murdered. So we're going to catch the bastard that did it. Set skills, what's this? Attentive influence. Increases the influence gauge by 2. Right, okay, so that's what I get for being friendly with folk. Okay. Melodious voice. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during bullet time battle? What the fuck's that? Right, anyway. Let's get this done with. Review the truth bullets. I've got plenty of truth bullets, don't I? Loads of them. Still don't know who did it though. Personal belongings. Wait, that's not. Oh wait, that's finished preparation. It would help if that's what I actually did. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone will graduate.
I need a drink before I start this. Good God. Try not to dribble the fucking juice all down yourself. And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then, everyone close your eyes and whoever did it, raise your hand. Good job, Taka. Good job. Proud of you, man. Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand? Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? Just the pictures of the X's over them. What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even
My voice is not coping well just now.
Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Friendship penetrates.
Okay, but what about the other empty seat? Empty seat? Oh. There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Only reason? It's just that our little courtroom can technically fit up to 6.
I don't believe that for a second. There is a 16th person lurking in this place with us. Don't think for a second I'm just going to accept that it could have been 16 people. That's bullshit.
Okay, how about... That about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Okay, your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. As things progress during the class trial, you'll engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after the other without pause. Oh, fuck. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim and fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention to the character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. So I have a time limit on top of that. If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh God. Here we go. Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle. Okay. I assert that the one who murdered was Miss Sayaka Mizuno. Yeah, we know that part already. The murder took place in the Kyoto's room. In the bathroom. My controller is actually, why is it doing it itself? So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. Didn't even have a chance to resist. Ah, bullshit statement. Pow! Okay. Counter. What happened to her face? Break. What is going on right now? Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. Pigsty. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume that there was a struggle. A struggle? Between who? And who? Between Sayaka and the killer, of course. So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first, then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job. That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining. Sorry. Okay, so what's next? Next is the subject of the murder weapon. Well, this is really starting to sound like a real trial. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Well, the knife buried in her gut, I think, kind of gives it away. Make your argument. Kitchen knife set. So what was used to kill her? There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon. So the killer used some random knife they had on them. Wait. Hold on a sec. Hey, I shot that. How can you do something like that? That son of a bitch. I shot that. Was I not too quick enough? I wasn't quick enough. Because the object that was thrust into Sayaka's stomach, it was almost certainly the knife that disappeared from a certain location. Just let me do it again. Okay, I mean, I shot at it. Was I just not fast enough? God, I'm going to have to make sure I know the right voices to do for the right character and pay attention to what to shoot and make sure that I shoot the actual... There we go, got it that time. Counter! Mr. Angry Man, Alligator Arse. No, I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife. Huh? A kitchen knife? After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing, which means the knife must be the murder weapon. Oh, yeah, I guess that does make sense. You can kind of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach, you know, after she was gutted. And if you look real close, you'll see that actually that's Pepto-Bismol and not blood. Pepto-Bismol's pink, isn't it? I don't fucking know. I could totally see that being a kitchen knife. Okay, so what's this? Okay, so that murder weapon was a kitchen knife. But where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right? That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need? Hold on a second, Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of a trial? Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion. Dude! I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself. You really believe that? Oh, she knows exactly. She knows who's done it. She knows exactly. She's just having the fucking time of her life here. Everybody's dancing along to her fucking puppet master over here. She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Oh, for God's sake, more. You can concentrate by holding down the R1 button. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, what's next? Make your argument. What are we arguing this time? Aoi's account. Oh, of course, she didn't see me into the kitchen, right. So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us? Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret when nobody was in the dining hall. Boom! Counter! She has a nasty personality. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like the biggest psycho in this room right now. Including the bear. Okay, wait, hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen. Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want. Well, what if I have a witness? Bitch! What do you think, Hina? Huh? Remember what you were telling me earlier? Because, you know, you're a bit of a dumbass and you need reminded by these things. Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. And to be honest, wouldn't she see who it was that actually took it? Why hasn't she said anything yet? Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct? Yeah, that's right. And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me coming into the dining hall? No, I don't think so. You don't think so? No, he definitely wasn't there. The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. Same thing. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife. Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and are lying to try and protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that? Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, people can work together, but one of them has no chance in profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ah, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case, you bloody idiots! I'm bored! Oops, did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall and I didn't take the knife. So I am not the killer. Okay then, so who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining room. No way! I swear it wasn't me.
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I got her.
I can. That's right, Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Ugh, I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed a knife? Actually, no, because, well...
Just spit it out already!
I stayed in Hina's room last night. I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos, I really wasn't thinking. Wasn't really thinking. I just asked to stay over, which means that we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem!
Dude.
A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I am a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either one of you, then what other possibility is there? Actually, there is one other possibility, right, Hina? Oh yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there. Why didn't you say so in the first place? See now, this guy's a bit of a dick, but at least he's asking the right sort of fucking questions. I'd be exasperated too at this point. Well, because they're not here anymore. Oh, interesting. Someone who's not here. Are you talking about Sayaka? She's the one who came to the dining hall, and then later, she wound up dead. Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka. Huh. Did she try and trick somebody else and it backfired on her, maybe? I mean, I can't think of any other reason. But then Sayaka was the one who took the knife? That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she wanted a drink of water, but most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
Nani?
See?
Hey, you! Oh, you are a nasty little wench, aren't you?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong. Hang on, she seems to... Was she in a team with the dick? What's his... I can't even remember his name. He's just the prick. I'll call him the prick. the prick who's completely logical in everything he says and he isn't wrong in any of it.
So, that's how you would twist this argument and send us all off in the wrong direction. You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn! If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. As if they aren't blaming you already, mate. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die. Well, everyone except the killer. Hold on, it's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should not have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Your first Hangman's Gambit is what the fuck is a Hangman's Gambit? So god, there's too many things thrown at me. If all things further advance in the class trial, Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the left stick to aim, triangle to shoot. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. It was me! If we can just figure out what that something is. So I just have to shoot down letters in order, okay. Hangman's Gambit. So the thing that was missing was evidence, DNA, hair, hair. Make it fucking neat. Oh. H. A. Can I get... okay, A. Wait, did I shoot? No, okay. Oh, R. Where is it? Oh, okay, so I have to shoot them multiple times. That's going to be problematic. Whatever. On to the next part. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor. So the culprit removed some evidence? Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair in the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room. The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Saga had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not? No. If that was the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
His voice kind of wavers a bit, but I'm having too much fun doing his voice.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same. Then, Makoto wasn't the culprit?
But are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No, there are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it. I would like to hear these reasons. Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
How did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it? What do you mean? Their voices are almost identical. One's just got a slightly English accent, and I kind of slip into that while doing her voice. It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There were clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto? The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. The door handle. Where are we? Door knob. Boom, doorknob. Oh wait, triangle. I know what I'm pressing. Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right? Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob? The doorknob? What fucking door? Hoo boy, intelligence isn't strong in this room. The doorknob for my bathroom, it was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed and the doorknob's already about ready to fall off? Oh yeah, but what does it mean? In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto was beyond suspicion.
So what, you're saying he couldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it! There's nothing bewildering about it!
You still don't see. Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn. Oh, for God's sake, more! There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Sure. What else have you got for me? From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up, but no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in the debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust in everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies and contradictions. I can't logic. You mad, bro? Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, so There's going to be multiple choices now. No, bathroom door frame. Okay. The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled to the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her,
I'm on edge here, mate.
and then they got into the bathroom. At that point, the killer just had to try and bust down the door.
Oh, wait, because Sayaka locked it. Oh, I'm getting confused with my fingers here. Break. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. Hang on. Why did he say it was locked? Ginger bro. What's that term the kids use these days? Ginger, you're looking awfully sus, Ginger bro. Why did you think the door was locked when the boys' rooms don't have locks? After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right? Yes, now you mention it, that is true. Then, why didn't your bathroom door open? Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm watching you, buddy. My bathroom door doesn't fit the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, as true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
It's just like a fucking hurricane and just leaves. So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in. Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms. Oh wait, because the doors, the signs were... Okay, Ginger bro, okay. Signs were switched around. So anybody could have thought it was the girl. But then... He should know that this... I don't know. I don't trust Ginger Boy. I don't trust any of the fuckers, to be quite honest. But everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms. The killer could easily have made that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so he didn't know that the door couldn't actually be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime they didn't know was... The crime took place in my room. The killer must not have realised that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right. Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to have broken through.
I'm reading terribly here, so they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were. Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident, but the killer must have been considerably confused with no idea how they actually got the door opened. Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right? That is a definite possibility. So the killer would have be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms? Then Makoto couldn't have done it. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay then, who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules! Majority rule... Majority rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something, for serious. Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem. Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question. Oh, you. You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, just ask your question.
Oh yeah, okay, so well, I was just wondering, how'd the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place? Yes, how did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right? I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that all the locks are unpickable.
Fine, the killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maidoro just let them in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh ho! Trying to argue against me, I see. Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
I'm starting to like his character just because of how ridiculous he is.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be?
Because she asked me to do something in particular, because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... The door nameplates wasn't it? No, she wanted to switch rooms. Wouldn't it be? Switching rooms? Because... yeah, aye. No? Aye. Yeah, aye. Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe that she would have opened the door for anyone. You mean what she claimed to have been through? What if her being scared was a lie? Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about it like that? I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me, can you still deny the possibility? There's something I want to talk to you about. Wait, there's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared. Oh man, I've totally seen people do that in detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over this next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. Wait. So she was going to kill somebody, but they got... So yeah, that's what it was. She was going to kill someone and had the tables turned on her. Surely that's what that's going to be. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap, I better make sure I rip the paper out just before I use it from now on. It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room. Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it. Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka, which switched rooms for a single night. Excuse me. So Makoto, did you write this? No, I didn't. But... Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature. Then, that note... Sayaka wrote it? But why? Why would she write that? The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist? Of course, I am only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But are we sure anyone can even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened. Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then, pay attention. Okay. Make your argument. What's my bullet? Dorm nameplates. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? Yeah. But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. I see. So someone read that note. Then they would have gone to Sayaka's room. Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. Bird, nope. Counter! I'm really enjoying this. It's... Yeah. The nameplates on Mai and Sakai's rooms got switched. They got switched? That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's. So what you're saying is the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked on her room. Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up in Makoto's room, where Sayaka was. Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto? Right.
Okay then, so who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only person who knew we had switched rooms. Sayaka. Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka. You can also infer that much from her note. There's something I want to talk to you. Oh, there's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched. But why would she switch the name in the first place? She wanted someone to come to the room she was in and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room. What? Was she trying to pin the blame on me, motherfucker? Inviting someone to your room but not telling them you'd switch rooms? Why would anyone do that? To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person to the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit. But we still don't know who it is yet, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in the initial struggle. Yes, I think you're right. Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right? That reminds me, there was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps during the fight? Used during the fight?
Oh yeah, what's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Still don't trust him. There's something, I don't know. I could be talking bollocks. I mean, I didn't trust Sayaka and she was the first one to die, so. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt it's broken. I'm not sure. Whatever. Anyway, Sayaka's wrist. All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear that it's broken. It's fucking Inspector Clouseau over here. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there, see? Is that gold? It sure is. Specifically the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, then it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! She got hit with the sword! Right down her wrist!
I see. And so the truth grows ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery. What, fucking get Murder Mystery Inc. involved? Where's Scoob when you need him? What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more, fucking hell, more! There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Yes, I want to hear more. Are you getting used to them? Just about. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. Just like with weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. L1 is okay, L1 and the triangle fire. Press and release L1 to cycle through each bullet, or you can hold down the L1 and use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. I can't remember what difficulty I set this to. For our purposes this time, the logical will be set to... Oh, well, that doesn't matter because it's going to be mean anyway. Well, good luck and have fun. Okay, so there's going to be multiple truth bullets and I've got to pick the right one at the right moment. Fucking hell. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, replica sword. Okay. When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack. No, because the sheath was damaged. Right? I'm right in thinking that, right? Am I? Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with a sword. Huh? Why not? Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it, like someone cut into it with something sharp. Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get the hell what's going on!
Keep up, crocodile brain. If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch in the sheath. If you're going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right? Why? So many times I've said sheath in these videos, it's making the word sound weird. That's true, but the sheath on it, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless. Oh, wait, hang on.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
They got attacked with a kitchen knife. Maybe they grabbed the sword on as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword. So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Well, how the hell can you not think that?
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get a quick drink here. Bloody hell. Because she never held the sword at all, there's a certain part of her body that makes this clear. The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you want to use a sword, which part of your body would touch your palms? There's no glittery bullshit on her palms. You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hand were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword. How can you know that by looking at her palms? Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands, there's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean. Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom. Sorry, but I don't think so. Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly? I don't like you. No, that's not it at all. There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at night time. The water gets turned off. So if you need to take a shit in the night, you're fucked. According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 AM. In other words, at night time, and the water in the bathrooms shuts off at night time, right? Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Oh, Yamada.
An insult, obviously. So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on, if that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have to have been the one without the sword. Sayaka. Sayaka, she had the kitchen knife? But we already said that the attack started with... The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka? Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this. No, far from it. It's almost as if she had been planning to commit a murder of her own. What? She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation, indeed, these are all the actions of an assailant. Which brings up another point, Makoto. Sayaka was the one who suggested you to switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not? Sayaka wanted to... on me? Are your dreams crumbling before your eyes, buddy? She knows fine well what's going on. That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, by still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if our plan worked, Mr. Nagy would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms. She played you like a goddamn fiddle, boy. Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then, you're saying that she had all this planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with a knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife. The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the ones she'd planned to murder. Just hold on. That can't be true. Because...
Hey, you guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think we did it. That was English, I think. Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us. Is it really all over? Obviously I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Oh god, now what? It's not gonna ask me for more. Make your argument. Okay, what am I getting? Dying message. The numbers.
It's easy to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues.
Shoot. Counter. I don't know. Ginger Bro is a little bit sus in my opinion. Then again, Toko, Taka. Toko. She's just a nasty little bitch. There's still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
Worried, are we, sir? The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037, written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden there. Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it? There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it because of her left index finger was covered in blood. Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure, I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it, but still. What the heck do those numbers mean? 11037.
Hey, Chihiro, you're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... I mean, yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers. Of course, it's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just, look at the numbers assuming they're not numbers.
Leon? Fucking is Ginger Bro! That says Leon, right? I'm not seeing things. You turn your head upside down.
No, two number 11, less like two numbers and more like one letter.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely visible there, so I assumed it was 11, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa! You might have finally said something worth a shit!
Our little grey cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037 doesn't make any more sense than before. Fucking Leon. Dude! Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know. Rotate the image 180 degrees. Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something. Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name. Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it? So whose name did she write? Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's real name. And if you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select somebody. I can select myself. Oh god. Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Leon, buddy. Oh, you done fucked up. The key to solving this mystery is simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
We're drinking a glass more. No, it's not random at all. I like her character. Kitty Giddy is yeah, she's a good character. And then I find out that she's a nutter too. She wrote that message on the wall behind her. Well, then again, the way she's acting very cool, calm and collected, she probably has already killed somebody, but never mind. She wrote that message on the wall behind her. She was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move right normally. She had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the numbers will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer. You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why do you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? You know, you seem to be asking me a lot of questions. It's like you're basically hook me by the nostrils and just leading me down the garden path here. I appreciate it though, because I'm a dum-dum. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of? It's that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right? That would be the burnt shirt piece. You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground in the incinerator, right? As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator. But one piece of burned off and got left behind. And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon? But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty? Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little chart piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough, but there are some other points that may reveal the truth. Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right there. Yeah, I think so. The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible for. Where it was disposed of? Where the shirt was destroyed. If we focus on that, the killer will become clear.
Where it was destroyed? You're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How the fuck's that supposed to make anything clear?
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Okay. How it was disposed of? There we go. If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer has to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. The glass ball. Did he just fuck the glass ball at the button? Shattered crystal ball. Okay. Who's speaking first?
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
You'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
I pressed the wrong button. Whoops. Shit that shit. Leon, dude, you are fighting a losing battle at this point. I am like a Dachshund that smells bacon. Don't ask why that is what like. Never mind. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key. But if you can't pass the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you? Yes, you could if you used this.
What is it? Some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but how would you use it? The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was fucking throw it. The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm sure it's certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Ah, a ginger fairy. Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on. What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has got to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you would need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is. It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because he was the ultimate baseball star. Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star, isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn shit for brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you.
You still won't admit it. Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me. What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon, but all the questions have been answered and the truth has been revealed. Now, here's what happened. The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Closing argument. Okay, every case is one last element to bring the class trial to an end. Closing argument. In this phase, you will be given a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the X button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Fun, fucking fun. Okay. Standing with a knife, looking angry. Okay, slaps her on the wrist, hurts, hides in the door, she's terrified. He comes in with a knife, stabs her, she looks in pain, shocked. He looks with a creepy smile, lying there. He grabs the lint roller, looks at that, grabs the ball, hoofs it at it, and shit happens. He walks away. A job well done. Okay, so first of all, that goes there. We know that much. Second of all, that goes there. We know that much. Thirdly, hoofing the fucking ball. That's there. Okay. What else have we got? Standing at the door, knife, writing blood. So that would be. That's the lint roller. That's the writing the message. That's unbolting the door. Slapping her wrists. He's standing there. He reaches out for her. She holds the knife, misses. He looks behind him. The knife behind him. He looks behind him, grabs it and blocks it. What else is there? There's standing at the door. That's her dropping the knife. Would be that, wouldn't it? She drops the knife. And then right at the start, it's him standing at the door. Are we done? Let's see if this is right. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. The funky music from the start menu. Last night the killer went to the room Sayaka was in other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. This is quite cool to be comic book. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. Missed, he bunched backwards, notices the sword, grabs the sword, pow, blocks the blade. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I'd put in my room and fought back. Cracked her in the wrist. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. She dropped the blade. No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to re-avenge... Eh? Oh, okay. Wait, so... Eh? So... That one? Do I have to go right to the start again? No. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that was when she lost grip on the kitchen knife. She burst into the bathroom, finding herself cornered. Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. He couldn't open the door because it was jammed. The killer went after her but couldn't get in the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So he grabbed a screwdriver. So instead the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife and shanked her in it with it. And stabbed Sayaka. She wrote his name in her own blood, her own Pepto-Bismol. But the thought strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote down on the wall behind her. Dun dun. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took out the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room and broke the shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using their incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate preventing access to the incinerator. So he had the power. So he came up with the plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. Of course, when you're going to throw, you have to do a split like that. You have to put your legs 180 degrees just to get that extra oomph. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that would be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take the shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. Or a creepy smile and a heh. But there's one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Ba-boom! Isn't that right, Leon? Complete. It would appear that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything. So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yeah, I object. Of course I do. I object. I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories.
Game theory?
You need evidence. Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. As opposed to, having your name written in blood and everything else that's kind of piling on you, mate. Makoto, I do believe you're in possession of that evidence. I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Oh, for God's sake, more! Alright. Most of this. During a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as bullet time battle, aka the BTB-BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Okay. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen to reach the center. Right. Press the X button to lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the triangle button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the triangle button to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Okay, refute their statement as fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Fun, fun, fun. When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them. They used something of their own to remove the screws. Could it have been...
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Backer. Backer. Stupid, 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 stupid.
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. So I have to press X to lock onto something and triangle in... What? Okay. Right. Okay, this is a bit weird. This is not what I was expecting. I'm not even reading what he's saying. Dance, it's a dance off. I'm a dance off now. Final strike. Toolkit. Boom, bitch. She's got a bright light and just explode. The screws in the bathroom door were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got, each had one inside.
Then that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
The toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there. Okay, then whose cool toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why. And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal. Then we would assume we are finished here. Oh damn, son, you got busted. Oh, hey. Jesus Christ, that was intense. And that was them helping me along. Christ alive when it comes to actually doing this without any help. 79 medals. Cool.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Leon, buddy. Who is found guilty? Monokuma, vote. Bring a slot machine. We won the jackpot. Now what happens to him?
Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawata.
Oh.
Huh? Hold on a second.
Leon, Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
I don't believe it.
Son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you? I didn't have a choice. It was kill or be killed. So that's why I killed her first. None of you are any different. One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this. I was just unlucky, that's all. Hey, come on. You expect me to just accept my death?
Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, it'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what came up really is the truth, then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. Why, it's just 4 idols having a snooze. Like, I'm not seeing any blood or injuries or anything like that. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Dude, your entire family is gone and your place has been torn to shreds. Like, you're making excuses for her here. Even now, you're still simping for... I hate that word. You're still simping for her. Now we're trapped here. There's no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. I like the fact that he's trying to legitimize this in his head. Like, dude, no. Just no. So, when she said, no matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? Pretty much. I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that.
Boy howdy! That entertainment industry sure must be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
I understand, I really do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us. This is your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But that's enough. As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise. Interesting. Why did she stop me? If the name of the game is to kill everybody, to be the last one standing, why did she stop me from attacking him? Because then it would have been one less. She is the most intriguing character of this game, I think. She seems to be playing by her own rules, and it's intriguing, very intriguing. If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Haha, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did. Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second. I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her. Yeah, that was it. I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd sat herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong? You had any number of chances to stop that you are doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
No, that's not...
Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand?
I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him.
What?
If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. Are we just ignoring Junko now? What's the term? Is she just chopped liver now? We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken to your sense of justice? Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you?
Just shut up.
Okay, well anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you, please don't do this.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment for Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
No.
Fucking hell. Oh, we got a nice little cutscene. Guilty. Game over. Leon has been evicted from the Big Bear house. Time for punishment. Oh. You gonna die so hard.
See you later, buddy.
That's gonna chafe your arse. So what's happening? It's mostly baseball related. He's gonna get clattered with a baseball bat. No, he's gonna get beaten to death by balls. Death by balls. And we're just... Of course. The peanut gallery here. Everybody's gonna stand and watch him. The 1000 blow. Okay. A Gatling gun of balls. He's held up to it pretty well. Actually, no, scratch that. There's lots of blue blood. And everyone's just calmly watching it. Not giving a single shit. He looks in pretty good shape, actually. Well, not anymore. This is the regular faces. They still don't look very phased. The bear looked phased. The bear was phased out of the rest of them, most of them. He dead as shit now. You say he struck out. Another baseball puns I can think of. Okay, what we saw, that was the face of true despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Woohoo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control.
What's going on? Also, again, she watched somebody get killed by balls. Lots of blood. No passing out.
I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or in that case, A dark, awful, secret society type of bear.
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible.
Hey, I don't think what you're saying. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
You piece of shit! I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame.
Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place.
You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What are you trying to say?
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there, just like before.
Anyway, let's get to the Blacken's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for, after all.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
So there is a 16th person fucking about here. You see the mastermind? And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. I don't know if it makes noise effects when they're little dots. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment. Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear. Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out. I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that. Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now. Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What? The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who killed her. That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was. She was uncertain. She wasn't sure if she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward. Without someone like that, the other would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. She seems to know a lot more than she's letting on. Move past their deaths. I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. I only knew them for 3 days, but they will live in my heart forever. How more cliched anime protagonist could I possibly be? How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile. By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic. Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1, To Survive. Oh boy, the end. And with that, surviving students, we are down to 12. And with that, to be continued. I will see you in the next episode. Remember, keep it hard, keep it heavy. I'll see you guys in the next one.